going, everybody? This is Josh Taylor, live from Springfield, USA. Today we have Ryan Kibler, gym owner here in Springfield for Evergreen Fitness. Ryan, how are you, man?
Good. How are you?
Good. We've known each other for, I think probably 14 years, 15 years, something like that.
Yeah, I think probably going back to like 2000, maybe even 11.
Yeah, that sounds right. You trained me for my first bodybuilding competition.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. We were talking about that a little bit ago. So
You did it.
So just wanted to get you in here and just introduce who you are, who you are, what you offer, and just the impact you've had on the community around you.
Sure thing. Well, we are both born and raised in Springfield.
Mm-hmm.
Both business owners.
Yep.
Both in the trenches in the community.
Yep.
So I think there's a whole lot of positive stuff going on in this town right now.
Yeah.
A whole lot of new business owners. People are motivated. The younger generation are motivated to come set in. Anybody can get caught up in the negative stuff. You know what I mean? Anybody can do that.
Yeah.
So, but there's a lot of positive. There's a lot of growth here. There's a lot of opportunities. And some you may have to create your own opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And whatever it is, you need to be passionate about that. That way you can have that natural drive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because like if you're not passionate about something, like it's only going to go so far.
And everyone's going to know whether or not you're passionate about it and
100%.
authentic with it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
I think people not believing in themselves, and I think if people can learn how to believe in themselves, they'll realize that it is possible to create something that they can build, that they can grow, that people would get behind and support and follow. But I think a lot of people go, oh, that's our family didn't come from that, or we don't have that ability. Like yes you do.
Yes, you absolutely do.
If you're living and breathing, you do.
It's a mindset thing. Yeah, it's a mindset thing. I didn't have no handouts. I had no help. I had a learning disability. You know, all defied. You know what I mean? But I had goals that I was passionate about, and that's all she wrote.
Absolutely.
So.
And I think the goal setting. Like that goal setting, if you're trying to start a business, if you're trying to go create something, like first have like get the goal laid out. What do you even want?
Yeah,
most people don't even know what they want.
Exactly. You got to lay your goal out, and then also with laying your goals out, like now you have to lay out the map, how you're going to get there.
Yeah.
How many destinations do you stop at until you reach that goal?
Mm-hmm.
It could be 20. You know what I mean? It could be more than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I have a mentor. He's like he says most people don't. That was where I got it from, and I didn't really think about it until I started hearing him say it more. He's like, when you ask the average person, "What do you want?" they don't even know. So
right.
if you don't know, where do you start the creating process at?
For sure.
And so that's kind of how you do it. That's how you start. That's how you start building that, and then you can add value. You can grow a business and
I think
completely change your life.
The first thing you have to ask yourself is this going to be fulfilling to me?
What pulled you into the health and fitness? Like, what were you doing before that, and then going into it?
Well, all my friends fresh out of high school were all exercising and stuff, and that's kind of where it started. But I had a little bit of some stomach issues going on, so I never. Anytime I'd go work out, I'd get a lot of pain in my abdomen. So I never really figured out what that was, but we ended up getting that to where it stopped happening. So then I just kind of took off from there. As soon as I was able to use my body, that's when I started it was all toes, hit the ground running.
Was that nutritional or?
Yeah, I think it was partial nutrition. Yeah, absolutely. I think it was just a lot of the junk and stuff I was eating was causing me a lot of issues.
Okay.
And same thing with alcohol too. Like I haven't done any alcohol since, in 16 years.
Okay.
So alcohol was definitely a big trigger to the pain as well. So I cut that out cold turkey too. Not that I had a problem or anything, but
right. No, the impact that it has over time, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. So who were you before fitness became part of your identity?
That's straight out of high school essentially. So
okay.
I was just a kid. So there's only a couple years there where I was, probably working some dead-end jobs I didn't enjoy. But I did have a couple good mentors, and one mentor was Bryant Ballware. He was a manager at Foot Locker.
Okay.
So he took a chance on me and hired me and kind of mentored me even when I was working there. And really from there, I was into the exercising as well. So that's when I started pursuing like getting certified, and then as soon as I was certified and stuff like that, I essentially quit there and left for the first gym.
Okay. Was this Foot Locker at our old mall here in Springfield?
Upper Valley Mall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Man, good times there.
A lot of good times for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely miss it.
Yeah. Man, I don't even know how long it's been closed now, but I don't even know.
I would say that, I mean, if I worked there around 2010, I think, so probably closed a couple years after that.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It wasn't, stores they started leaving, and, and there was like a couple of stores that were still there.
Yeah. I feel like it kind of, I don't know, things kind of slowed down, and I feel like Springfield is definitely coming back. I feel like there's more life coming back into the city overall. So even with that being closed down, I mean, there's other places to go, but just with I think there's just new ideas, new businesses popping up, and I think Springfield definitely has a good comeback.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are some like big chain stuff that has came into town, and then also I think that seeing a lot more of local business opening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Small businesses and stuff like that. It's people that are in the community.
Yeah. So with what, I guess, how do you gain traction with where you started? How am I trying to ask this? So you got into the fitness realm. What did the gap from when you started to having Evergreen Fitness, like what was going on in that time frame in your life?
Well, I started working on myself. Mm-hmm. And then when I started seeing results, other people were seeing it as well. Yeah. And that's when everybody started asking questions like, can you help me?
I was one of them.
You know what I mean? Can you help me? Or, hey, what about this? Or, then I was like, well, it's very fulfilling for myself from, what's changed in my life, obviously eliminating a lot of the pain, and then also being able to grow and get in better shape and stuff and feel better. But doing that for somebody else, is very fulfilling as well. It's much more fulfilling than even myself.
Yeah.
So I think, even in the beginning, I didn't even do it, even when I was certified, I was helping people and I wasn't accepting any money. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I was just doing it because I was passionate about it. And then from there, I was like, well, shoot, a light bulb clicked. And I was like, maybe I should make this work for both sides.
Yeah.
Because, a lot of people, that I was trying to help, I mean, unfortunately, when there's no skin in the game, when people aren't investing their money with it, they don't really take it serious.
Yeah.
So I did all that time and put in a lot of the effort in the plans, and we weren't getting anything back.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So when they started putting the skin in the game, that's when we really started getting some traction and see a lot of results, because people are like, I'm paying for this, so I'm going to do X, Y, Z.
And I think you're doing them a service by saying, look, if and it's not about not wanting to help somebody out. It's going, if I'm going to pour my energy in, I want to make sure that you're committed to this process too. And
for sure.
So, I mean, there's just I feel like that's the balancing part of it,
Yeah,
and when people are doing that, they're going to put their time in. They're going to go, no, I'm intentionally doing this because I'm looking for a result. He has the answer. Absolutely.
So, I mean, even going to COVID, during COVID, I did a thing where I was helping, I was taking on 10 nurses, mm-hmm. just to help them better their health, with the nutrition and, some training and stuff like that too. But like I said, once again, there was no cost on the other side. It was free.
Yeah.
So nothing really happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was kind of took it for granted, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I tried though.
Yeah, I mean, but the impact, even if there was nothing outcome-wise, there was still an impact going on because you're learning, you're growing through that process,
Absolutely.
And that's still just sharpening your skill.
Yeah.
And fine-tuning who your client is, what they're looking for, what you want to see at the table as well. And
of course.
I think seeing all that come together is great.
Yeah. So back to your question, started at, it was Premier Fitness.
Yep.
On the old 68. That's where it all started, you know what I mean? And, I was like, well, I think it's time I've kind of outgrown this place. So I've taken a little time off, and I actually did a lot of, I traveled with Liquid Sun Rays, and we did a competition prep, for tanning. Mm-hmm. I did that for a while, And then Pat Frock messaged me, and she's like, hey, like, you know, you need to get back in the gym, like, you know, to start training people. Like, there's a spot here if you're ready for that.
Yeah.
And I was still doing online programming and training with people. I just wasn't in person because I left the old gym.
Yeah.
And, you know, and at first I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. But, like, traveling, you know, that really got old as well. So I was like, it's probably time to, like, settle back down. But that's when I started with Pat at her gym. So, and then, you know, I was there for, I don't even know how many years.
And so we know who Pat is. Who is Pat Frock? So
Pat Frock opened Springfield Health and Fitness. So it was underground barbell.
Yeah.
Underground barbell club, I think. I think it's what one of the names were too. Mm-hmm. So, and she started, correct, I don't know 100%, but I believe she started in the Bushnell building. I could be wrong.
That was one time I went in there, and I'm pretty sure that's where she was at.
Yeah, I think she was at the bottom level, maybe, and then she moved to the upstairs, I believe, because the underground. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I might be wrong, but and then she started in the Bushnell building. Regardless, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So, but the top level is where I started with her, and I was there for a while, and then we made the transition to the Springfield News and Sun building. And then, you know, I was there for countless years. And Pat was a good mentor for me as well. I think that really helped me out. She kind of told me the do's and don'ts. She's been in business for a long time, a lot longer than me. But anyways, that's where it started. Then we moved to the Springfield Health and Fitness and the News and Sun building. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, it reached a time where I was like, hey, like I'm growing like a weed. Like I need my own space.
Yeah.
So, you know, I need my own space. So that's when I found a space and just went out there and branched out on my own and not knowing the what if, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I love that part.
I just kind of went with it, you know, and this was not too long after COVID too, so it was a lot of the unknowns. It's like, well, what if this happens, that happens, you know what I mean? But if there's no risk, there's no reward.
Yeah.
So let's just do it.
So with being in Springfield, would you say that like you've had good clientele, consistent clientele just from this area? Because I know you were doing like online training as well, right?
Mm-hmm, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, so back to, I don't even know what year it was. I mean, it had to have been around 2011 or 12 or somewhere around there is when I started working with people. And some of the people I very first started working with at Premier, they still talk to me today. They still like are super loyal to me. And it's like the only reason I can say that's why that they are like that is because like I just went over the top for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And did what I said and said what I did.
Well,
you know what I mean?
And then the results that people saw from the information that you had is valuable because I mean, even the stuff that you taught me back in, what was that, 2012 through 14. Like, yeah. If I wanted to make a change right now, I kind of already know what to do.
Yeah, you're confident. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of already know what to do,
right.
And you can that information, man. It lasts a lifetime.
Yeah. Yeah. Certain things that you teach people, like I mean, that's what I even say today. I'm like my goal is not to keep you forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My goal is to coach you up in every different aspect of like corrective exercise. That way you're preventing any future injuries with that.
Yeah.
You know, a lot about nutrition, you know, and just get healthier. And so it's like, you know, once you learn these things, like they don't go away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As far as, so there's the physical, the mental, the nutritional. Which one, is there one that you see as most important out of the three? Is like their top spot?
I would nutrition.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say nutrition because like even if someone doesn't exercise but they eat relatively healthy, not low, like very low on the processed foods.
Okay.
And I think they can live a pretty healthy life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even without exercise, I mean, I'm not promoting that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I think like movement is medicine. So I think like if someone were to not exercise and eat bad, you know, it's just building up to a big disaster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're just stockpiling a bunch of stuff that's just you're eventually going to have some issues.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Some people genetically are gifted and they get away with it, but like I don't want to live my life off just solely genetics.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. That's just being wise. I mean, the stuff that's out there, I mean, we can poison our bodies with that stuff. And
100%.
By putting the right food in and you're not going to change your car, or, you know, if you're changing your oil, you're not going to put transmission fluid in there.
For sure.
So in this body, let's put the right things in there.
Absolutely.
And sometimes I'm not the best at that, but I know what to do.
No one's perfect, you know what I mean? Like if you're trying to be perfect, you're building up to nothing but stress. So sometimes you just got to go with the flow and, you know, enjoy life, you know what I mean? But at the same time, like, if you have like a 80-20 or 85-15 lifestyle where it's like, hey, like, I'm at a birthday party, like, or you just laying in bed, you know what I mean? A donut sounds good, like, you know what I mean? Eat it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're already putting the rest of the stuff as a majority good in your body, so, you know, don't let it, you know, hinder you from living your life. Yeah.
Okay. So how does physical training affect someone's confidence and emotional stability?
Okay. Well, with the exercise, when you feel better, okay, when you're feeling better, I think you're moving, you know, you're on the move more. So I think the more movement and the more activity you have, you know, I think that's there's less time to be, you know, depressed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, the endorphins and stuff that brings to you, like you're on like a natural high after you exercise.
For sure.
You know, you feel great. Like there's stuff where I've been on that natural high after exercise, and I'm like, I got videos and stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna post this one. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And when I come down off that, I'm like, man, it's probably good I didn't post that. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, so I think like, yeah, there's a lot of chemical stuff going on there with the exercise that people don't know about, and you know, I think it's really underrated.
Do you think that people that either struggle with their physical health, the nutritional side, do you think they're aware of the issue? Do you think they're aware of like the toll that it's taking on them at all?
I would say half and half. Okay. Some people are, some people aren't. Yeah. Yeah, I would say it's probably 50-50.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I had a question on top of that one, but I forgot it too quick. What do people misunderstand about the discipline of showing up at the gym? What is the block that you think is in their mind?
So I think what happens is when people decide they're like, hey, I'm going to get healthier, or hey, I'm going to get in shape, they automatically go from 0 to 100. Mm-hmm. Okay, so when they do that, it's too overwhelming. Okay, they're trying to fix everything nutritionally. They're trying to work out 4 or 5 days a week. And really, it's like when you're not doing nothing, like, how about we start small? Because if you're overwhelmed, the thing is, when you're overwhelmed, you're going to get overwhelmed starting doing nothing to all that. Yeah. It's going to happen quick. Yeah. And then you're going to shut down. And then what you think when you shut down, you're like, well, if I can't make it, 4 or 5 days a week, what's the point? Yeah. So now you're already defeated before you even got started. Yeah. So from like a 0 to 100, maybe start with 1 or 2 days a week if you can make it, right? And maybe it's just instead of just trying to track like calories and your macronutrients, your protein, carbs, and fats, maybe just stick to like cutting out less processed foods. Yeah. And introduce more, non-processed foods, whole foods. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So like the discipline part, like the motivation comes and goes. You know what I mean? The excitement comes and goes. Okay, it's the discipline that keeps you on the right path. But if you have things set out where it's just too much too soon, like you're not going to be able to build that discipline properly. So kind of like setting that expectation for them, like, do you let them know like, hey, just like this is a process. It's not going to happen overnight. Mm-hmm. You didn't get this way overnight. You weren't unhealthy overnight or whatever shape you're looking for. Right. But just taking the time to understand like, hey, this is a timely process and it's like an ongoing thing. Mm-hmm. Slow is smooth. One of my drill sergeants told me, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Yeah. And just kind of having that understanding that it's going to take some time to train your body to get used to this, the change that you're putting it through. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it takes time. I'm like, if my process is like, I'm not trying to, I don't know what I'm even looking for to say this or how to say this. I tell them like basically like, hey, look, like depending on their goals, I explain like this is the proper route if you want to be successful long term, right? Yeah. Okay. Anybody can go in there and put someone on a super low calorie diet and have them move and work out in the beginning, and they're going to progress. Yeah. But it doesn't always mean they're going to be they're going to have the best results in the end. So I tell them like, hey, look, like there's going to be trial and error. You're going to make mistakes. Okay. So that's a time frame that we got to count for. Yeah. Okay. And then it's going to like, okay, so to lose weight properly without trying to avoid loose skin and stuff like that, or build a foundation, build muscle, like they all each have their own time frame. So like even if I wanted to rush it, like I can't unless I go against what I believe in. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I'm like, if you want it that quick, I'm just not the right person for you. You know what I mean? And when I say that, like I'm being truthful.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
But they respect that. So they respect that because I'm being honest with them. I'm like, it's not about me trying to sell them for certain time points. It's like, you came to me for a specific goal. This is what you're looking for. This is everything that we have to coach and teach you, and the results that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Like these are the time frame that that we're at.
Yeah.
So it's like if you want to work with me, this is how we have to do it in phases.
Yeah. Yeah. You're coaching them through the process. And I remember going through my competition was with you. I remember I'd be like, I'm ready for the next thing. I'm ready for the next thing. And I'm like, no. Stay doing what you said to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
absolutely.
And that was, I just, going through that process. Like there's a mental part of this as well when you're going through it.
Absolutely. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Cause you have in the back of your head, like you have two things going on. You have one that's like, this is hard. This is difficult. Why am I doing this? You know what I mean? Especially when some people aren't okay with delayed gratification.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're not seeing it quick. Yeah. So they're like, well, what's the point? You know what I mean? So it's like,
absolutely.
So, I have a lot of those battles with a lot of people too, just like trying to just explain, like, look, like it takes time. Like you just slowly chip away at this.
So it's not just nutrition. Like you kind of are almost like their mindset coach and alongside that, because you're like, hey, listen, it's okay that it's taking this long, or it's okay that this is a process, because you're changing your life.
Absolutely.
You're changing your daily habits that you've been doing for the past 15, 20 years or however long, however old they are. How does exercise affect stress and anxiety from a physiological standpoint?
Dude, that's such a great question.
Yeah.
Such a great question. So I'll give you my little experience from this standpoint. Me opening the gym and stuff like that, there was a lot of excitement, but there also was a lot of stress naturally. There's a lot of unknowns, right?
Yeah.
So I remember it was like 9 at night, I called my realtor and I'm like, hey, look, like I'm ready. I'm just going to put an offer in that building. You know what I mean? Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Like earlier in the day, there was no thought in my mind. You know what I mean? This was not even a thought. So me doing this, I was sitting in the realtor's office and like I was noticing like I was struggling to breathe, right? Struggling to breathe. So like I was super stressed out and anxious, right? And then that followed with like some little bit of chest pain.
Yeah.
So, but I was like, what is going on? And it didn't just leave overnight. So like I didn't know I was like, man, maybe I should get checked out. I've never experienced like anxiety, or maybe I have, I just didn't know how to identify it.
Yeah.
So anyways, with the exercise, I noticed when I would go in and exercise, the whole hour or hour and a half or whatever, it would leave. The breathing, the anxiety, the chest pain, gone, right?
Okay.
And 4 or 5 hours after that, gone. Was not even a thing. So, obviously in my mind, like I'm still going through the same process of buying this building. So then it came back alive again. I was like, my God. So that happened for like 2 weeks until I was able to finalize and be okay with this. But the exercise, like, I don't know what I would have done without it. You know what I mean? Like I probably prevented a couple maybe hospital trips for being so stressed out.
Yeah.
But the exercise helped me tremendously mentally and physically for sure.
Okay. So I think along with that, anytime you're going for something or pursuing a passion or you're doing something big, it's totally normal to feel those things.
It's normal. It's definitely normal. I mean, it doesn't mean it's healthy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like I'll say I had a lot of breathing problems, for years.
Yeah.
I had my heart and everything checked out, and to be honest with you, I didn't realize it was strictly because either it was excitement or I was anxious until that experience.
Wow.
So, but yeah, exercise for sure. Like, I feel great afterwards.
Yeah.
Super calm, breathing's normal. Like, we're super relaxed. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's because you know that you intentionally took the time to take that thought and turn it into an action, that you could turn it into a controllable to help regulate your nervous system?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good possibility. I mean, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, your CNS, your nervous system and stuff like that. I mean, if you're super stressed, I mean, it's crazy what the body can do.
Man, yeah. Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. Can fitness help someone become more emotionally regulated?
I think so. I mean, I see it a lot with our clients. 100%.
When do you see that by, like when they first come in, if they are carrying stress around, and then is there like a certain time frame where you notice it, or I would imagine everybody's probably different, but
I would say probably 8 to 16 weeks, like they're completely a different person.
okay.
Yeah, 100%. They're more confident. They're not worrying about the little things anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They have different goals. They're exciting to get back in the gym. They feel better.
Yeah.
So like when you feel better and you're putting less junk in your body is less. You're removing stress.
Yeah.
So like anything with like processed foods, you got your hygiene products that are full of chemicals and all that stuff like that. Your body does have to detox that, right? Your liver has to process that. So that is an extra added stress to your body, whether you realize it or not.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's a lot of different stressors, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So.
This is a really good one. What's the biggest lie people tell themselves that keeps them stuck?
They don't believe in themselves. Also, they don't have direction or guidance.
Yeah.
So even if they do try, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of spinning the wheel.
So it's kind of like if someone decided they want to try and go out on their own and do it without having a coach or hiring a coach or anything, could get discouraged easier.
100%, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people say that. They're like, that's typically. I mean, a lot of the guys that come in, like they've already tried.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, I don't know what to do next.
Yeah.
Like I need guidance, I need a plan, I need direction, and I need accountability.
I love that part because that's usually where the next step of growth happens is when you're going.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm at my wit's end. I've done all I know how to do. I need help. And putting your pride aside to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And then you see the growth happen.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with, putting that aside and hiring somebody that is either doing it or has done it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just their lane.
Yeah.
I've had a handful of mentors. Like, I don't know where I'd be right now if I didn't put my pride aside and just invest with them and learn.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's huge because you're taking all of the knowledge that they have and you're putting it into one, and you're able to take that and just start pouring into other people with that.
100%.
So that's incredible.
It's been great.
For you, because people see you as a coach, that's a leadership role as well. You already just by nature of what you do, people see you as a leader. So with this, how does taking care of your body change how you show up in leadership, business, or relationships?
That's a great question. I think if you take care of your body, that's just going to fall into, like for me, like when I got in shape and stuff like that, I think that work ethic and that discipline and that consistency poured into like a business, right? Yeah. Or the growth of there. So like, I think it can go into a relationship too. And if you're okay with delayed gratification, you know what I mean? Like you will be patient, you know what I mean? You will be okay with someone else and how fast they don't move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. How many people do you say that you would train consistently? Like do you have a capacity where you're like, look, I can train this many people at once, or is it like just something that kind of comes in? Is there like an ebb and flow to it, or like
at like one time frame, or like overall, like as a whole, like how many clients can I handle?
That, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, at one point, like I think I had probably like 100 people.
Okay.
I was working with, and to really take care of them properly, like I don't think one person, I'm talking about like check-ins, nutrition, like the training in person, like the full fulfillment of everything, like the texting back and forth. Honestly, I think like 100 people is I wouldn't go any more than that.
Gotcha.
So yeah, your quality starts to go down if you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When you say 100, is that 100 like a month? I've got 100 people I'm working with, and this next month I'm still training those same people. Or?
Same people.
Okay.
Yeah, same people. Just 100 clients total.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's a lot, by the way. Like, that's a lot.
Oh yeah, I
That's
bet.
a lot to handle. I mean, that's a lot to remember everybody's name.
Yeah.
Let alone to service them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you're trying to learn who they are, what's driving them to help keep them on
For
track.
sure. You have to be organized, and you still be personable. It takes a lot of time.
Absolutely.
Like, so the time that people are paying you for in person or whatever, like, it's really much more time put into that than just what I'm with them, in person.
Yeah.
So they don't. A lot of people don't see that. You know what I mean? They just think that, oh, he's just training him an hour. You know what I mean? But it's like, no, I got 5 hours wrapped in this person. In 2 days.
Yeah. Are you allowed to talk about anybody that you've trained?
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, for sure. There's a handful of people that wouldn't mind for sure.
Okay, so I've seen. I mean, just on your social media, I've seen that you've trained Damon Darling.
Yep.
Dude's hilarious.
Super funny. His stand up is. I mean, I know his social media content.
Right.
His stand up is completely different, and it's 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's completely different what everybody's seeing on social media. Stand up is amazing.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. It's probably he's probably able to bring a little bit more. I don't know. Just not that he's being inauthentic, but like he's able to be a little bit more raw in it.
It's raw for sure.
Yeah.
It's raw.
It was funny because I saw him one time and I was like, I don't want to be that guy that goes up and is like, oh my gosh, hey, what's up? I was like, nope, I'm just gonna keep going.
For sure.
And so if you see this, I wanted to tell you hi, but I just I didn't want to be that guy. So
no, he's cool with that. He's open. He expects that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he handles it well though.
Yeah.
He's good with people. I've noticed as well. If you guys noticed as well, like, I mean, whether someone's angry or upset or happy or whatever, he can typically, he tries to turn it into a positive thing.
Yeah.
Some people just don't got it in them to be positive.
Yeah. I've seen, there was a couple of videos where people didn't receive it well, and I'm like, the ones that I love what he does. He just goes up and just helps somebody out. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. And I know we've kind of been talking about the fitness and nutrition and everything, and ultimately what's going on in Springfield. The idea is just to bring awareness to what people are doing, the kind of help that's out here, the kind of people that are here, the businesses, the support and everything. So, Ryan, I appreciate you being here, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
this journey has been interesting, fun, and I think that's the point of it. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I wouldn't have made it this far if I didn't enjoy it and didn't love what I do.
Yeah.
I can't. There's no way I'd be successful or grow if I didn't enjoy it.
Is there anything that you would say to anybody that would be watching or in the community that we want them to know about what you have to offer?
Sure. So, I mean, we have a 24/7 access facility. We do limited memberships just so we're not crowded and it's a comfortable space for everybody. But we also have 3 other trainers. So we have 3 trainers in the gym.
Okay.
And then I'll be the 4th, and then Stacy works with me directly, and she's the 5th. So we have 5 trainers in the facility, 3 which are running their own independent business in there, so they are accepting clients. We are accepting a few more clients between me and Stacy at the moment. Membership-wise, we are at a halt right now just to kind of get a feel for things. We want to make sure that I can promise what I preached.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want to break that promise with people that signed up and, did commit in the beginning.
Yeah.
So we might be able to handle a few more memberships, but I'll know that in probably the next few weeks.
Okay.
Just trying to get a feel for it all the times. But yeah, overall, I mean, yeah, we do. We have all walks of life that we train. So whether you're looking to lose weight, the other day, I mean, we have literally people of all walks. So we had a kid in there the other day. He has a broken arm, and he's still in there getting after it.
That's awesome.
So we have people that come in there, and they're on walkers. You know what I mean? But they have a goal. They're motivated, and we got the tools.
That's so awesome, man. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud of seeing how you've grown, knowing where you started and seeing where you're at now. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I mean, we couldn't do it without the community.
Yeah.
And that's the people that believe in me and that trust in me. I mean, when we opened up the gym, I did a pre-sale, sight unseen. Nobody has been in the building. Nobody knew what equipment was there, and 100 people signed up.
Wow, that quick?
Yeah, 100 people signed up in a day.
Wow.
Without seeing the gym, without knowing what I had in there, the only thing I can say is why that happened is because they already knew how I operate
Yeah.
And they knew I wasn't going to bring anything less than. I mean, that's not being arrogant, I don't feel like.
No, not at all.
You know
You're
what I mean?
speaking of fact. That's just true.
It's just like, so I have a lot of years on different equipment. Like, so it's been, I think that people knew that I was going to bring something special.
And I think, when you were going through that phase of, and I don't know we're wrapping up here, but one of the things, when you were going through that phase of like getting ready to sign for it, you're getting all the paperwork and everything involved with the realty and everything. When you were doing that part, was there a fear behind that? Was that where some of that anxiousness came from of like, is this going to work? Is it going to, was it any of that?
I didn't have any doubt. I don't know where it was really stemming from. I think I was just spur of the moment. I just didn't map it out.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I just did it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, I just gotta do it.
Yeah,
I just have to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know why that I was anxious or whatever it was. I think a lot of it could have been excitement.
Oh, for sure.
Because what I can't, with the anxiety and stuff like that, I can't figure out, like, it's hard to determine whether you're nervous or scared or anxious or you're excited. Mm-hmm. I feel like some of that anxiousness, I mean, I get the same symptoms.
Yeah.
So I don't really know there, though,
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
But what I will say is, like, the journey up till now, what I think has been pretty incredible. It's taken a lot of time to be able to do it, but I've met a lot of other gym owners, Urbana, Tip City, Columbus, Dayton. Mm-hmm. I've connected with so many gym owners, asked a bunch of questions, learned a lot there. And then also with the equipment too, I've learned the entire market of used equipment, new equipment. So like I know, it takes a lot of time to invest to be able to figure out, am I getting a good deal here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then, I shipped equipment in from Florida all over the United States because I handpicked different pieces that I want in that facility.
That's awesome.
So like I've sourced it through, and so there's been a lot of good people and a lot of connections I've made in the space, and we're not in competition. That's the one thing. It's like people that truly are genuine. We're not competing against each other.
Man, that's so true.
We're all in the same. We're all in the same business or the same realm or whatever, but doesn't mean we can't help each other.
Yeah.
So that's been truly cool, real passionate about that. Like, we're nerding out over here, man. We really are.
That's all right.
So, yeah, it makes it fun, I'm like, I feel like I'm collecting Pokemon cards with all this equipment I'm getting. Yeah. I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah.
It's expensive, though.
It's all right.
But,
it's all right.
Anyways, so it's been a good experience. So I'm just blessed, and I'm happy that people stand behind me, and, I'm very grateful to be your friend.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Vice versa. So, the information that you gave me, and like I said, it helped change my life, and it was just all part of the process. So once again, thanks for being here, brother.
Absolutely, I wouldn't miss it. If you ask me again, I'll be here.
All right, guys. Josh Taylor here live from Springfield, USA. Thank you for joining us. Hope you have a wonderful day.